Hello there. This weekend I went to see the film Kandahar, and now I want to tell you about it. Kandahar is a spy thriller about a CIA operative and his translator fleeing Afghanistan after being exposed. It's written by Mitchell LaFortune, directed by Rick Roman Waugh, and stars Gerard Butler as Tom Harris, and Naveed Negahban as Mohammed Daoud. Tom is an efficient spy whose work helped end the Iranian nuclear program. He's about to leave the Middle East when his handler Roman offers him another job. He and his translator Mohammed are getting ready when they are exposed as spies by a foreign reporter. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard, several Afghani warlords, and even a Pakistani spy all set their sights on them, and Tom and Mo are forced to flee. Their journey sees them fleeing across the desert in hopes of making it to an extraction point. We get several perspectives throughout the film and see Tom and Mo's journey through the eyes of many different parties. The story plays out like most spy thrillers. It takes a long time to set up all the players and gives us a good grasp on what their goals and personalities are. And then it mashes them all together in the second half and lets everything play out. The plot is incredibly simple, and the film has a grounded feel to it both in terms of the action and in how the characters act. No one is pulling off any superhero level feats, and even though there are technically bad guys and good guys, everyone but the warlords are treated with a bit of nuance. The first half of the film is a little bit dull, with a lot of exposition and setup. Once the film gets going, it's a fun ride with a few cool practical effects here and there. It delves into the situation in Afghanistan post-Taliban taking over and gives us a bit of a friendship between Mo and Tom. They don't flesh out the characters all that deeply, and it does take a while to get going, but it ends up being a fun journey with a bit of a visual spectacle. There are lots of scenic visuals of the desert, and the night fight between the helicopter and Tom was really well done. The visual journey in general is fairly easy to follow. It flips back and forth between the different parties with a lot of exposition being thrown around. In the second half of the film, it focuses more on following Tom and Mo, and we see how arduous the journey ends up being. There aren't many action sequences, and the ones we do see are standard fare for spy thrillers. There's some car chases, a few explosions, and a few scenes of different militia groups trading gunfire. The helicopter sequence ends in an exceptional way, but outside of that, the action sequences aren't all that memorable. They're more realistic than other action films, and that lends a lot of gravity to the story, but they aren't all that impressive to watch. The soundtrack was also simple and a bit underwhelming. There are a few original tracks and a few background instrumentals that fit well with the scenery, but there is also a lot of silence. The original tracks tend to come during transitions and montage moments, and they're often quite nice to listen to. They're catchy and fun, but they don't fit all that well with the mood. The background instrumentals, on the other hand, appear a little less frequently but fit a lot better with what's going on. They tend to use them during the action sequences, and they're usually a little bit repetitive and simple sounding. In terms of impact, neither set of tracks did much to stand out, and beyond mildly supporting the moment or sounding nice, they really weren't effective. There was also a lot of silent moments throughout the film, times when they relied on the actors to fill up the space, and it has mixed results. There are moments when the silence lets the actor take over and dominate, but there are others where the actors fail to fill it well enough and it just feels like a missed opportunity. As far as the cast goes, there wasn't really much here for them to do. A lot of the dialogue is exposition dumping, and the film doesn't do a whole lot to develop the characters, mostly because there are too many to develop them all properly. Gerard Butler and Naveed Negahban end up getting the most screen time, and Negahban gets to show off the most emotional range. Negahban plays an Afghani translator that has his own reason to return to the region, and he isn't aware of the true nature of their mission. When things go sideways, he's a normal man trying to keep up with a ruthless killer, and he does a great job of playing that relationship out. He has good chemistry with Butler and acts as a great emotional anchor for their journey. Butler doesn't get to do much beyond being a stoic action hero, but he does it well. He's got good chemistry with the rest of the cast and plays a likable lead. His character is a bit shallow, but he plays the physical aspects well and does okay with the emotional parts. Outside of those two, no one else gets much time to develop. But Ali Fazal as Kahil Nasir and Bahadur Faladi as Farsad Asadi both did a good job of playing nuanced villains. I didn't like either of them, but by the end of the film you have a begrudging respect for them, which was nice. Overall, Kandahar is a simple spy thriller with a bit of action, a decent story, and a good cast that gives it their all. It could use a little more action and a little less talking, but the film was enjoyable as a whole and they actually did try out some new things. During the helicopter night fight, they had Tom using night vision to fight the helicopter, and the way they filmed that fight made it super clear how effective those goggles are and how much of an advantage they are in a fight. It gave the battle a unique feel that I think is worth a point. 7 out of 10. And remember, those are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Bye-bye!